Hi. So Amy Cranston, and I'm Head of Medical Services at Oxford United Football Club. No, me stitch people, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. No, no, no. Cool. So I guess what's already happened this morning, what you probably haven't seen, is the day starts relatively early. So we have any kind of like early morning assessments. And with the early morning assessments, that might be anyone that may or may not be training, we're not quite sure. So we need to make sure we have those assessments before any kind of meeting with the full kind of MDT and the coaching team. And anyone that might need to be a little bit adapted for the day, so those individual needs. And then from there, we then go into our coaching meeting around normally 9 o'clock. That's where we discuss what are we actually doing in training, what are the limitations of the players as well, so that's where I come in. So everyone knows exactly then what's going on the day, the coaches know their numbers. So planning wise for the day then, I will, with Longy going out today, I will go out for at least the first bit of training. And he's going to do basically the warm-up, the passing drill and the possession. So it's like first 35 minutes of training. At that point, I might come back in with him depending on how he is. So if we can just have 2 covering training today, so maybe do what we did yesterday, if you're like between Kyle and the session, and then I'll be the session plus Longy, and then we can work that out. If I come in, you stay out, or we do a flip over. And then from there, as you guys have seen a little bit of already, we'll then have our kind of maybe more of like our long-term injuries coming in at about sort of between 9 and 9:30. They get their assessments, they get their days planned as well. And we try to provide that one-to-one care while we can with those long-term injured. And also, as you've already seen, like we have a lot of the lads that come in early as well to kind of do any extra kind of prehab that they need to do individually before they go into their group session. So at the moment it's quiet, and that's because, sorry, we've got Johnny Edmonds at the door. Good morning, Mr. Kitman. And when we come back, you'll see the kind of chaos of just basically trying to get all these players ready to train, basically, as well as our kind of long-term injuries that we need to look after as well. Feel okay? Yeah, happy? Okay.
Have you got a mic on?
I have got a mic on, yeah.
Right.
A behind the scenes day with the medical team. I've been in nearly 12 years, so I think in September, I think it would be starting 2012 in September. So yeah, 12 years, which has gone actually quite quick if I think about it. When I first came in, I was just doing like I say just doing, but I was doing the academy, so the younger age groups. So I was doing the boys, the girls, and then started working with the women's team as well, particularly when we went into the WSL as well, WSL2. So I had a few years with them as well. And then under 18s at the same time, I was head of academy medical, and then started doing kind of the assistant role with the first team, and an opportunity kind of became, an opportunity arose basically. And from there, the old head of medical left, and then there was an opportunity to kind of put myself forward, and the staff here and players, I think actually at the time, kind of put myself forward for it. And here I am, I think, going into my 7th pre-season of doing the sort of head of medical role. Do you guys want a lift? Yeah, I've been here for a long time, so I think anyone that works in football will tell you have to enjoy it because of the amount of time it takes. You know, the out-of-hours work that we do is a lot. You work in your weekends. You have to kind of put your social side and your family side to the side. And the reason we do it is because ultimately we enjoy what we do, right? You know, so whether that's the day-to-day stuff, whether that's on your match day as well. So yeah, of course I enjoy it, and probably one of the reasons why I've stayed at the club for such a long time, it is the enjoyment, but it's also been the people as well. So not just my medical team, but you know, the full team. I think the people I've worked with day to day are what's probably kept me here for as long as I have been here. Yeah. So my medical team, I think, as you guys probably saw from the footage this morning, like I cannot do my job without them. I really can't. So some of the footage you would have seen this morning, you would have probably seen me running around, but you would have also seen Spike, John Elliott running around. Dan Clewitt, who's our new addition this year that took on the role from Andrew Caton, and Lewis Ferreira as well. So between the four of us, we're kind of the full-time unit, if you like, that the players can go to every day. But then on top of that, we've got our club doctor, James, who is on 24/7 phone if I need him with various different problems, and we've got people the likes of Chris Chesterman and James, our chiropractor as well, which without all of us working together, we couldn't provide the service that the players need in order to perform on your Saturday or your Tuesday night, for instance. So I could not do my job without them. And my guys, they go above and beyond really. And you know, I was there actually. I sort of started my journey with the first team the year we got promoted from League 2 to League 1, so that was special. That was my first kind of like, oh, okay, I get this, you know, this is a great feeling, lots of celebrations afterwards. But for me, the most important one is, it has to be, and it will never, well, it hopefully gets topped, but for me as an Oxford girl, it'd be very hard to top the Wembley playoff final day. And then as well, as an Oxford girl, being on top of that open top bus, which was just a crazy day. It was brilliant. Yeah. You were there.
Yeah, I was, yeah. My memories of it. And then that brings us maybe to leaving.
Yeah.
Manchester United women, just talk to us about why this is the right moment for you.
But when you get approached by, I think, not necessarily certain clubs, but also certain roles as well, I think I certainly had to go and see if it was for me. And I made the decision that actually, you know, I've been here for 12 years. When we first started off with the medical team, you know, when I took on this role, it was just me and Spike, you know, and so I feel like I've really tried my very best to kind of develop this department as not necessarily as best as I possibly can, but best I could with the resources that we've had. And we've brought in brilliant staff, we've brought in brilliant, you know, sort of equipment, and our facilities are better. There's a bit of a mixed emotion in regards to we're finally in the Championship and I'm now leaving. But one of our things as a staff, we've always said that, you know, our goal has been to get into the Championship, and I feel like as a department, I'm putting the department in a good spot for that. And as I said, going back to the new opportunity, I just felt it was an opportunity I couldn't really turn down. And yeah, I'm excited to get started, but I'm also sad to be leaving Oxford at the same time. So yeah, I think realisation now is starting to kick in a little bit, especially when everyone's being so kind and nice about it as well. When the news came out there and it was official, and I could talk about it, and then all the messages started coming through, actually that was really nice, and it made it all a lot easier. In some ways made it a bit harder, because I was like, oh, everyone's being so nice, you know, do I just stay? But no, everyone's been very supportive. Everyone's been like, what an amazing opportunity, kind of, you deserve this, and all the rest of it, which is great. You know, it's nice. So yeah.
Well, 12 years. That's coming to an end, David. But there'll be so many people that will probably want to thank you over the next week or so. But yeah, no, thank you for doing this. I'm sure we'll get to see you.
No problem.
Yeah.